Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of that Terry Smooth. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, this is Elemental Magic 102. What the fuck is sorcery? Yeah, what is sorcery? Now check this out. This video is for all my witches and wizards out there. Now here's the thing. If your ass ain't spiritually inclined, your ass ain't part of the soul group, then don't be stepping your monkey ass into this occult, voodoo, mysticism, motherfucking spiritual natures and all this motherfucking shit. Because look, you ain't gonna do nothing but put blood on your own motherfucking hands. And don't say that Archangel Uriel ain't told you so. Because when you put blood on your hands, that play out in the third dimension as you or things that's not going in your favor. AKA, you have played out a resistant role in some scenario that you're playing out in your life. And motherfucker, that little cloud that's starting to manifest is starting to play out in a motherfucking wave that's not going in your direction. And every time your spirit jump into that, it play out as a little chaotic natures because it's things that's playing out not in your favor. Things that's not going your way. So for the most part, you need to keep that in mind, motherfucker, when you got blood on your goddamn hands. Now check this out. We're going to get into what the fuck is sorcery. And here's the thing. This is what the fuck we all motherfucking doing. So if you're new to this channel and your ass don't really understand your motherfucking spiritual natures, this channel is going to set you right. It's going to tell you what the fuck you're doing. So for the most part, now you know when to do it and when not to do it. So you don't be putting blood on your motherfucking hands. Because we all doing this on a small degree, little do we know it or not. So when you know that you're doing this shit, a lot of times you may jump into the energy of being a motherfucking sorcerer. And once you start to be a motherfucking sorcerer, you need to know that everything that you motherfucking doing, you ain't getting over nothing. You ain't getting over no mountain. Motherfucker, you gonna pay for everything, motherfucker. So take care of your goddamn responsibilities. And that can mean a multitude of things, which gonna take us into the duration of this motherfucking video. So what the fuck is a sorcerer? So let's break this down. What is a sorcerer? A sorcerer is a motherfucker that take advantage of the power that they have utilizing black magic. Now, let me repeat that shit. A motherfucking sorcerer is a motherfucker that take advantage of the power that they have while utilizing black magic. Now, here's the thing. You probably think, oh, we getting pseudo, we getting spooked out right now. But once I start to break this down, you're going to realize this is something that every motherfucker body is doing. And once you look into the mirror, you might be doing this way more than other motherfuckers. So keep that in mind. Now look, check this out. When a motherfucker take advantage of the power that they have while utilizing black magic, notice that I didn't say light magic / white magic and dark magic. Because here's the thing, black magic is supposed to be neutral. So let's break this down real quick. Black magic is neutral, but when you get to light magic, that's positive, and dark magic, that's negative. Now in the esoteric realm, right, too much positivity, too much external masculine mentality, light, atoms or thought forms, aka when a person is a light worker, this is a person that's kind of slightly indoctrinated, but they are cherry picking and picking out the things that actually can help people out of that indoctrination, and they're playing a good fight. So for the most part, that can be a gift and a curse also. Now, when we talk about a dark worker, this is a person that take the whole rainbow. Each color is a vibration of its own, which is an emotion. So for the most part, this is a person who got cloudy judgments, but they're willing to utilize each emotional spectrum to get a hidden desire or an alternative motive because they got hidden agendas. So for the most part, they utilize the blue spectrum, aka communications. They utilize the red spectrum, aka passion. They utilize yellow, happiness. They utilize green, growth. Make you think that they're growing in their life when they really ain't. They'll tell you, they'll communicate whatever they need to communicate. Blind you with that blue light. They'll show you whatever they need to show you. Blind you with that red light. They'll act as positive as they need to act. They act as positive as they need to around you, just to make you feel comfortable. Utilize that yellow light. They'll utilize as much pleasure and make you feel relaxed as possible. Pink and purple energy. You see what I'm saying? So for the most part, you need to keep that in mind. A motherfucker that is utilizing these things, but not truly these things behind closed doors. This is a motherfucker that's utilizing motherfucking dark magic. But here's when we get into black magic. It's supposed to be neutral. A motherfucker who's sitting back, utilizing and trying to clear their own space or manifest what they want in their life without harming others. And when others are participating, it's always in a way of sharing the same frequency vibration, aka people want to manifest the same benefits. And this person is not utilizing this person's detriment in order for their benefits. So that's black magic. But when you got a motherfucker that's a sorcerer, this is a motherfucker that utilize or take advantage of the power that they have while utilizing dark magic. I mean black magic. Now, what is black magic? Black magic is when all the colors is together. So this is internal. So think about all the things that's internal. These are the things, your passions, all your mentalities, your chakras, your passions, your love, your your visions. You see what I'm saying? Your indulgence, your optimisms, everything that correlates you, that you correlate as a system when you jump into that spaceship as a spirit. So for the most part, here's the thing: when a person starts to utilize those gadgets, we all give these a piece to other people. Right? Because we're trying to share this realm of reality. So when we create masculine energies, our feminine and masculine version of our masculine energies in the external realm, we're trying to share this realm of reality together, right? So we give a piece of ourselves to others so we can know where each other is coming from. AKA when you give a person your ideas, your feelings and emotions. And these feelings and emotions, when you dissect them, each of them play as each chakra. So for the most part, when you give a person how you feel about certain things, what you love, what you appreciate, what you value, what your passions is, you giving a person a piece of you. Now, if a person really don't like everything that you giving them, they start to articulate it with their spaceship and start to act towards you the way that they act towards you. But that's another video. But for the most part, we all give people a piece of ourselves so we can have sense of understanding, so we can all see where we coming from. Otherwise, there will be no sense of relatability, no sense of understanding, because we'll all be clashing our waters in opposite directions. So this is how we all create a realm of reality. So keep that in mind, right? So here's the thing, right? Based upon our own spiritual natures, we create these chakras. We create these mentalities. Now, everybody flame, chakras, wills, bodies of waters ain't bigger than other people's. AKA, it takes a vibing, high vibrational frequency ass motherfucker spirit. So when a spirit jump into their sons of gods, right, you can feel that. You can feel what they give off. When they create all kind of chakras and waters, they give off a big ass influence. That big ass influence is how you dissect how big is a person fire is flaming. So for the most part, this is how you find your twin flame. If you're a person who just don't really vibrate high and things of that nature, when you are a spirit in that flame, in that body of water, for other people to see your influence, your fluid, your will, when you push it off, then for the most part, you see it's a percentage level. So based upon these goddamn influences and shit like that, then this would cause impact. So if a person got a whole bunch of light, water, will, aka that they spirit created as a spirit, because the spirit is all vibrating high, you know what I'm saying, then for the most part, they can cause a lot of impact in your life and other people's lives. AKA you got hit with all that fire and water that they just shot at you with a Kamehameha wave and shit like that. So for the most part, here's where we start to come in influence. And since they got a large percentage level, that means this person will influence you in a large magnitude. So you could kind of, if you're getting too lost, take an example as a celebrity. A celebrity is a person who has a large influence. So for the most part, they're impactful. So some of their songs or some of their movies or whatever that the celebrity is, whatever business that they're into, is heavily influenced. So you are in a big body of water because they have so much water that they created, and so many other spirits that surrounding them have added it to it. So it's heavy. So when it hits your life, it's impactful. So you see what I'm saying? It's a big influence. So here's the thing. Let's jump into sorcery right now, because now we're talking about black magic. Black magic is what a motherfucker spirit has to offer as far as what they're creating. Now, when a motherfucker sorcerer start to take advantage of what they're creating, start to take advantage of what they have, start to take advantage of their light, their chakras, same way you can look at celebrities. Celebrities use sorcery all the times. And the Galactic Federation of Light that be utilizing the celebrities for their propaganda, or what they want the celebrities to be the face of, in order to add more magnitude and energy for you being a lesser spirit, to add more energy to it, so it could be a big wave and they got a new business or something like that that you can get lost into and things of that nature. But for the most part, that big light that's being used and things of that nature, it becomes a motherfucking influence. And here's the thing: once a motherfucker start to take advantage of what they know that they have, then that's when a motherfucker start to become a sorcerer, because they're utilizing that black magic, and they're taking advantage of it to utilize it in some way, shape, or form. And here's where we start to get into motherfucker sorcery right now. So here's how you know that you're around a motherfucker sorcerer right now. A motherfucker who know how to utilize their emotions and feelings to get in and out of whatever circumstances or situation that they are into. So when we talk about motherfucking black magic, right? A motherfucker will utilize the love that you have for them against you. A motherfucker will utilize what you think that you are responsible for them against you. A motherfucker will utilize what you think the relationship is between you and them against you. And based upon how much this person influenced you, that's how much you're going to be lost into the wave. And if this motherfucker is a super sorcerer, then you could be lost forever into that motherfucker's world. So now you need to sit back now and look into the mirror. Now, is you doing this? Now, like I said, we are doing this to a small degree. And like I said, we're all spirits who do not know what we are doing. So for the most part, we're all putting blood on all of our hands and playing tit for tat. And we happen to live out eons and eons of a motherfucking existences until we get into one to realize what we're doing. As far as I've been in motherfucking purgatory for eons, so I be knowing what I'm doing now. But I'm here for y'all don't have to do that shit. So for the most part, when we start to talk about sorcery right now, do not utilize what the fuck you have for the sake of your advantage, because a lot of times it's always going to hurt others. And when you start to hurt others, you put blood on your hands because you start to be responsible for certain things. And even if you're not responsible for people, you start to be responsible for certain circumstances, responsible for certain thoughts that's on your head, and certain thoughts that's on your head, on your halo, start to manifest in your life of putting you in a certain state of beings that you didn't have to be in. And now once you start to be in that regretful or guilty or feeling like you got to jump up and prove something, or feeling like someone didn't have the right understanding, you know that you was in the role of resisting in some way, shape, or form, and you cut a corner just to get what you wanted out of the circumstance without necessarily deserving it at the moment. So you just got what you wanted and needed, but you didn't get it for the sake of you deserving it at the moment. So for the most part, you just was happy at the moment, but you're going to get what you paid for, aka whatever you have created. You see what I'm saying? So you have to keep that in mind. This shit is some real spiritual shit. So when we talk about motherfucking sorcery, this is a motherfucker who take advantage of the power that they have. So think about when we are giving ourselves to other people, and this motherfucker influence you on a large magnitude, right? Then a motherfucker start to take advantage of what they got, what they done gave you, and say they impact you for in a large magnitude. Here's celebrities, or you probably experience this all the time in your life, right? To the point that a person have done a lot for you, but what they have done, the way you see it, ain't even really much or nothing. But in their mind, it's everything, right? So this based upon what they have done for you, right? They start to use this against you, right? It might be a day that you ain't trying to do something, and they call you, right? And you might be slightly getting ready to tell them that you ain't trying to do it, and then they bring up this day. Or they bring up this scenario. Yeah, you know, remember this, remember that, you know what I'm saying? And now you find yourself putting your foot in your mouth and doing something and feeling guilty if you didn't do it for something that ain't really that you had to do in the first. You see what I'm saying? That's one example. You might be in a relationship, right? And then, right, you in a relationship where your partner ain't really necessarily doing what your partner need them to do, right? And they know that they're not doing that, right? But say that they're doing other shit, right? That don't really mean nothing. But they start to put way more emphasis on what they're doing that really don't mean nothing. They start to make that whatever that they're doing mean way more than what it actually means. They start to make that matter way more than what it actually matters. And every time you bring it up like what you actually need them to do, they start to bring that up like that's way more the shit. And then the way that they analyze it, the moment you start to shoot that down like, I mean, yeah, that is cool, but that ain't what I really need you. Like the moment you start to talk like that, they could put you into like a realm of reality of you being selfish, or you not understanding something, or you need to relax. Like they could put you in a box that it ain't even necessarily a box you're supposed to be in. Like, you get it? Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about who've been in relationships longer than 3 months. When you start to be in relationships 4, 5, 6 year, 2 year, you know what the fuck I'm talking about right now. Like, it's like certain things that just the way the relationship is built, you don't really gotta take that bullet, but since the situation is what it is, you feel guilty if you don't take certain bullets sometimes because you in a relationship. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like you get it. You get it. Like I know I ain't even gonna dive too deep into that, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I could go on examples for motherfucking days. Examples for motherfucking days and shit like that, where you will start to feel guilty for things that you wasn't even doing in the first place. But since you're in a relationship with this person and this person is in distress, you got to take that claim to make that person feel more comfortable in that area, even if you ain't got nothing to do with that or not. But for the sake of being relatable, being in a relationship, you put your own spirit in Dalmatian to uphold a light, not knowing if you in a relationship with a person who they're in spiritual Dalmatian, they dragging you along down with them. And then you might spend a whole relationship on trying to withhold something that was never going to be held up with this person in the first place. So you end up taking the short end of the stick, or end up doing way more to support the relationship than this person, when this person was just psychologically using you as a stepping stool or as a tree to lean on because they was going through something in their life. And once they're done going through whatever that they're going through in their life, they're going to start to have wandering eyes, start to see other things of that nature, and therefore you're going to start to feel like everything that you have put into the relationship was for nothing. Because now this person is in another mind. Here's the common excuse. They're in a different space now. They're in a different space. God damn it! Don't make me go into details on your monkey ass. Do not make me go into details on your monkey ass. This video ain't about that. This video don't do that. Cause I ain't got that to do. But like I said, we all been through it. So you could probably go in your own mind and jump into the own scenario and jump into that spaceship and start going all in that shit right now. But like I said, you might be around a motherfucking sorcerer. Because once you start having a motherfucker start to utilize the love that you have for them against you, you need to know that you didn't gave too much a piece of your love to them. Remember going back to the segment, to the piece of this video when I was saying we all give a piece of ourselves to others, but based upon us being spiritual, our spirits utilizing our faith, belief, and creativity, we create all these mentalities and shit like that. And once you might be around a spirit that create a lot of love. So for the most part, you might be the type of spirit that you give away a lot of your love. So this spirit just got a lot of receiving energy. So for the most part, you in a circumstance, in a situation that this motherfucker start taking advantage and things of that nature, and then they start the love that they got for you, they make that shinier than it really is, and then you find yourself giving way more of your love away, and then the moment that you start, your spirits, everybody pilots, aka spirit senses, start to tingle. Like, you'll start to manifest and create circumstances to the point that you start to create mentalities and feelings like, hold on, something not right. I know I'm doing all this, and I know what this person is saying is that, but something else is supposed to be here. Something ain't right. Like, you're gonna start to have these kind of mentalities, right? And then the person to come back again, utilize the love that they got for you again to be like, oh, well, don't I love you? Or don't I do this? Or don't I do that? Then you'll be motherfucking psyched up again. You'll be like, okay, but whatever that they're saying, well, don't I do this? Don't I do that? That shit ain't really nothing, but they shiny it up. You're around a sorcerer right now. They shiny it up. It look all pretty, and like they hit you with the yoga flame. They hit you with that shit, and then you be blinded for a second. You be like, yeah, but they do give me this. Yeah, but they do this. Or yeah, but they do fuck me like this. And yeah, but they, you know what I'm saying? You be lost for a couple of days or something. Then your spirit gets psyched up again. Your spirit start to create the scenario again. Like, but hold up. And based upon how much of a sorcerer this motherfucker is, they might blind your ass again. So sometimes you gotta stop shit. Because you might be letting the sorcerer utilize your own desires against you. They'll see the shit that you like, the shit that you love. And all spirits get enticed by the light. So when we create mentalities, atoms, masculine energies, our sons of gods and shit like that. When we create these spaceships and shit like that, for a lot of times we give a piece of that to other people. So when we get a piece of that to other people, boom, we allow another person to look and dissect these things. And sometimes when you're around a sorcerer or a narcissist or egotistical person, they'll dissect these things and start to utilize it like it's a system. They'll be like, okay, I know this person like that. I know this person like that. I know this person loved that. I know this person loved that. And then start to utilize this shit against you, aka utilize their motherfucking power that they get against your ass while utilizing dark magic. So for the most part, here's where you get those motherfucking cheating ass motherfuckers, right? A motherfucker sit back and cheat, right? But then sit back and be like, yeah, but I know she liked the hamburger. I know she want me to go to Popeyes and get the chicken sandwich. So, you know, I might be out all night, but boom, if I go to Popeyes, boom, she know that I'm gonna be there for a half an hour because I'm gonna be waiting in the line for a long time. Then once I get to the window, I'm gonna order like 3 or 4 chicken sandwiches because ain't no telling when I'm gonna come back here. So you know they're gonna tell me I'm gonna have to wait for 10-15 minutes. Then boom, as long as I come back with these chicken sandwiches, I know that she motherfucking love from Popeyes and shit like that because ain't no telling, it's limited, ain't no telling. So boom, once I come back with these chicken sandwiches and shit like that, it's gonna be out of sight, out of mind of who I was just fucking. He's gonna be out of sight, out of mind. Well, just fucking. She ain't even gonna ask those questions. Cause as soon as I walk in the house, she gonna be like, "Where the fuck was you at?" Oh, you got the chicken sandwiches? Oh shit! Oh, that's where you was at and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? So they use what you love against you. And I know that was just like a little petty example of shit, cause motherfuckers getting stabbed up for the motherfucking chicken sandwiches and shit like that. So I had to throw Popeyes in there. But for the most part, that's how that shit play out. So right now, you see how I'm breaking this shit down? So I know you probably go on the internet and shit like that and type in the word sorcery and shit like that and hear all the spookism shit, hear all this indoctrination shit, and you be like, damn, what the fuck? Okay, I ain't doing that shit. Then go home and get into your relationships or go get lost into the world and go get into your human affairs and go to work and shit and do the same goddamn shit. And got the nerve to tell somebody else that they witches or they into some new age shit. While doing some motherfucking sorcery and shit. Utilizing how motherfucking feel. Because look, you could be a motherfucking spiritually vibing at work, right? But you ain't into none of this shit, right? You probably new on this channel, right? And the moment you come across somebody at work or at your school or something like that or at Walmart or wherever you at, right? And they start to talk about spirituality or this kind of shit, right? You probably the first person to be like, I don't believe in that shit. But look, you probably affected and influenced a lot of people in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because you vibing high and shit like that. So you will be the type of person that the people around you won't fully express themselves around you. You know what I'm saying? You'll be the person that they don't really fully express their spirituality around you. Or they won't fully, so they temper down around you because they know how spiritually, they know where your spirit at. But here's the thing. You see how you still doing spiritual sorcery, but you don't believe in the shit? So based upon how you influence them, you shut them down and shit like that. And then for the most part, every time you come around, you got them feeling like, oh, we better not talk about this shit when this motherfucker around. So when you come around, you just goddamn utilize sorcery. So when you need these motherfuckers to do something for you, you make sure all of that motherfucking shit is out the window, whatever they need to do, whatever you need them to do for you. And a lot of times, if you a motherfucker that's not into this shit, you putting a whole bunch of blood in your hands. Because you making motherfuckers get out of their spiritual nature to do some mundane shit. You the motherfucker that's calling us, people like me and my soul group and shit like that, like, yeah, man, fuck all that shit, man. Man, let's go drink. Oh, man, fuck all that shit, man. Let's go fuck 1,000 bitches. Oh, fuck all that shit, man. Let's go roll some dice. Oh, fuck all that shit, man. Oh, we got some this kind of money moves, not some other kind of. We gotta talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But look, no, fuck all that shit. Like, if you're a female and shit like that, yeah, fuck all that shit. Yeah, come over to the crib right now, cause you know my boyfriend over here, but he got a friend, so let's play spades or something like that. Y'all know how y'all females be. You know what I'm saying? I got them friends that call y'all over for shit like that. You got a man, so your man get ready to go to work, so you don't want to be in the crib watching soap operas and shit, or being on the internet. Waiting for motherfucking power to come back on by yourself again. So you kind of take the offer. But for the most part, the offer is backed and supported by another motherfucker gonna be there and y'all playing cards and shit. So you might end up playing footsies a little too goddamn long to the point it get a little bit more than footsies going on. You see what I'm saying? So fucking you with a goddamn friend that was a sorcerer. Based upon everything that y'all done did together and shit like that, she done got your ass over her motherfucking house and got your ass cheating when your ass ain't mean to. So goddamn sorcery goes down deep. Now what I'm talking about right now is mundane shit and shit like that. And if you are around a person who don't know that they're doing sorcery and they don't even believe in that shit, but they're doing everything everybody else is doing because spirits do not know what they do. That's why I have to break it down like that. But for the most part, that's what I'm saying. That's what motherfucking sorcery is. Anytime a motherfucker take advantage of the power that they have, utilizing motherfucking black magic, a.k.a. motherfucking a power or something internal. So a motherfucker will utilize the love that you have for them. They utilize the responsibility that they think that you have for them. You know what I'm saying? And then for the most part, when your pilot, aka spirit, aka pilot senses start tingling, like, hold on, I'm going out my way. I don't really necessarily need to be doing these things, because your spirit always going to remind you. Because every time you do these things that this person kind of shine up to make you think is more than what it really is, every time you do it, your spirit always feel kind of like weird a little bit. It always feel like, oh, I know I shouldn't be doing this. But you get blinded on the meanings and reasons that this person make you think you should be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, your spirit is never wrong. You know what I'm saying? Every time you jump into that scenario, you always feel that little energy like, hold on, I don't know if I'm supposed to be actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, your spirit always gonna let you know, like, for real. You know what I'm saying? So pay attention to your motherfucking spirit. Because it's always gonna motherfucker let you know when the motherfucker is being a sorcerer. You know what I'm saying? You always gonna sit back and be able to start to ponder, and your spirit always going to make you point at the lights where it's going to be like, hold on, I don't really got to be doing this. I don't got to do this. And your spirit always going to start to feel stressed, frustrated, or feel like it's doing more than what it really got to do. And you're going to always find yourself sitting back having to come up with excuses yourself or on why this makes sense. And eventually you're going to get tired of doing that. Eventually you're going to get tired of making excuses to the point that the whole spot may blow up. You may blow up the whole spot. Flight boss, bitch. And when you blow up the whole spot, all the motherfucking gases come out of that motherfucker orb and shit like that. But real shit, flight boss, bitch, goddamn air, motherfucker, that's sorcery 101, 102.